All right, Larry Krueger here from the Pig in a Pickle Krueg Show with a 49er video. And of course, Pig in a Pickle, awesome barbecue. Check them out in Emeryville and Corte Madera. Open 5 days a week in Emeryville, 7 days a week in Corte Madera. Best barbecue in Northern California. All right, little Niner talk from the owners meeting in Arizona. John Lynch spoke today, and he said the obvious, I thought, and that is that Brock Purdy, when the Niners reconvene, if he's healthy, is the number one quarterback. And why should that be a mystery to anybody? Brock Purdy was undefeated. He won every game that he played. He won 2 playoff games. The only game that the Niners lost was a game where he was knocked out in the first quarter with a freak injury. So for John Lynch to come out and say, yeah, you know what? Next time that we get together and next time we're taking snaps as an offensive football team, Brock Purdy's our number one guy, makes all the sense in the world. And I had assumed, we'll call it news, but I had assumed that this is the way it was. Why? Nothing against the other 2 guys, but who's Sam Darnold? Sam Darnold at this point his career is dangling by a thread. He's been horrendous in the NFL. He's a turnover machine. He just is coming off of his best 6-game stretch since he's been in the NFL with Carolina. So the Niners are hoping that they catch lightning in a bottle with Sam Darnold, and they may. But he's certainly not going to be the number one quarterback going into this year. Now let's move on to Trey Lance. It doesn't matter what the 49ers invested in the trade to move up for Trey Lance. That's yesterday's news. That doesn't matter. That's like walking around as a 40-year-old saying, I went to Harvard. I went to Harvard. Nobody gives a crap if you went to Harvard. All right? You're now 40 years old. You've been in the workforce for years. They really care about what's your work experience. What have you done? What have you done as a professional? That's what people are really about. It's not I went to Harvard. So let's not live in the past on Trey Lance. They traded a bunch of picks to move up for Trey Lance. It's a sunken cost at this point. I'm not saying that I don't believe in Trey Lance. I do. Heck, I'm the guy who said to Jesse Naylor last week, I wouldn't trade Trey Lance for Lamar Jackson. Why? Because I think Trey Lance's upside is greater than that of Lamar Jackson. But still, you're not going to make Trey Lance your starting quarterback over Brock Purdy based on what we've seen in a 49er uniform. Trey Lance has got a lot of potential. He's got arm strength, he's got foot speed, he's got heart, he's got smarts. He is a very attractive prospect. But that's a prospect. And he still needs to be brought from A to B to C to D. This is a process. You don't just get handed the job. How did he play when he played? He's played up and down. He's shown some really good, some really bad. The really good is that, to me, he's got high level escapability, and he demonstrated that in the Texans game. The bad is that he's kind of a one-speeded guy. He doesn't layer the ball. He doesn't take a little off. He doesn't throw with touch and timing and accuracy consistently. Brock Purdy does. So that's what it means to be an NFL quarterback. It's about getting up to the line of scrimmage, looking at the defense, knowing pre-snap where you want to go with the ball, and having a game plan, getting your team into good plays and out of bad plays at the line of scrimmage, and playing efficiently, scoring points, and winning games. So I love Trey Lance as much as anybody. I think the world of his ability, and I know he's going to be good. But this conversation about who should be the quarterback is the biggest laughable crap I've ever seen ever. Do the Niners win games? Yeah, they won every freaking game with Brock Purdy, including 2 playoff games. Did the Niners score points? Yeah, they scored 35 points a game with Brock Purdy. All right, so they're scoring points. He's operating efficiently. 13 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He played like a veteran. Probably one of the greatest rookie quarterback performances in the history of the National Football League. So, if I see him a little, agitated, it's just that this notion that this is either a competition or somehow Trey's job is absurd. All right? It's Brock Purdy's job. Brock Purdy played the best. Brock Purdy's going to be the number one guy. If Trey Lance wants that job, if Sam Darnold wants that job, they got to come take it. They're not going to have it handed to them. So when the Niners reconvene, next time they're on the practice field and next time Brock Purdy's healthy, guess what? He's the number one quarterback. John Lynch said it today in Arizona. All right, hope you enjoyed our 49er video. Check out Pig in a Pickle. 2 locations. They're in Corte Madera, open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. And, of course, they're open as well in Emeryville, inside the Emeryville Public Marketplace. And they're open in Emeryville Wednesday through Sunday, the best barbecue in Northern California. Get the brisket chili. Tell them that Krueg sent you. And make sure you keep it locked on the Krueg Show all year long for top-tier Niner content right up and through the draft into training camp in the season ahead.